see how that lane change. Right down bus right here. Yeah, I had some people give to PayPal, and I do appreciate that. I will try to remember to put my QR scan. I sometimes put it in a little box on the show, or I'll do like a little intercut. They call it cutaway. You can see it. I'll try to remember to do that. If not, you can just go in my description, but down below, and there's PayPal in there. We really do appreciate it, all the supporters, and your name will be mentioned. At least you asked for it, not to be. Entry E7 right through here and right over that way. Alright. See if we scat cast in here. So, some people just got back from the Netherlands. This way. And I bought my bicycle here at Denton Bicycle Center when I lived in Denton. It was a trek, and it ended up getting recovered by grocery clerks out in Euless when I stole a Nutri-Grain bar for 50 cents. Thought it was buy one get one free, so they went after me over a Nutri-Grain bar. It's a true story. I know it sounds crazy, but it actually is true. And I had to leave the bike behind, so they ended up taking a $250 bike over a 50 cent Nutri-Grain bar. Doesn't sound fair. Does not sound fair. But that's actually what happened. So, you know, you think you live in a society that's just. People taking $250 Trek bicycles for a 50 cent Nutri-Grain bar. All right, that was the alarm going off on the camera. Actually, it's a phone, but I set alarms on it, and it'll shut that camera right off real quick. So I'm talking, all of a sudden, it was like that. It's because the camera the alarm went off on the camera. Meaning, you set an alarm on the phone, it'll shut the camera off to not announce the alarm. It doesn't just go on and still, I don't see why it doesn't go on and still let you film, or video. Sorry, video. I don't make the film majors mad. Video, when you're videoing. But it's still film. I mean, it's not film, it's video, but it's still filming, the process of filming, or video, or videoing, or you know what? I heard a new way of saying it, recording or taping, which is not tape, it's not VHS tape. So it's digital video. I'm in a turn-only lane right here. This town, I don't know. I graduated from this town. It brought me right back to old school. Right down there, I used to play guitar. Well, actually, it was over here off of Oak Street. I used to play my guitar live in front of an audience. I did a live show. Did pretty good. They liked my stand-up better, though. The people that were there, they said I was a better stand-up comedian. That's down this way, right where it says 940's Kitchen, right over there. They had a little further down than that. They had a little red brick coffee shop that you could set up your. There's the Fine Arts Center right there. And over here they have the theater. The Denton Theater is around this corner on Hickory. But they had this little coffee shop where you could just set up. They had their own mic and everything, and you could do a little set there. I played music, but I also did a little bit of stand-up one time, and they really liked my stand-up. There is where Denton Theater is, right there. Campus Theater. I used to park my bike on the other side of that block there and take the bus to the nearby junior college to do what's called mini course. It's like a speed course. You take political, it's like a political class, government. Yeah, it was government. So you take government and you could take it within like 3 weeks or something. It's a speed course and you get your credit hours, but you had to be there for 5 hours a day. So the class was 5 hours a day. I think you took it almost like every day for like a week. But I'd have to take the bus from here to really the outskirts on that section, and I'd get off the bus, and then I would go across this big cow pasture, and then I would find the junior college, and I'd change clothes because I'd be covered in sweat. I partially jogged half the way. It was when I was trying to finish up. It's called mini semester, or mini-mester. They call it a mini-mester. It's like a quarter of a semester. It's very crazy. But you take like you get all this information like really quick. It's very difficult to do. I'm gonna tap into my GPS. All right, we'll do a real quick pass of the University of North Texas. Pretty good radio, television, film department. Not too bad on theater, you know. One of our acting teachers had studied with Jerzy Grotowski, who's mentioned in Dinner with Andre at the very beginning. They talk about Jerzy Grotowski, although I think they say his name is Grotowski, and she'd call him Grotowski, so they pronounced it a little bit different. But Grotowski, regardless, he was a pretty good director that's passed away quite a bit of time ago. This is a UNT sign right here. You can kind of see it. And then there's a bridge here, and you see that there's a green UNT color Texas flag that's all in green. They're the Eagles, so they do a claw thing like this. That's their gang sign. And this is the UNT Eagle thing this way. And it's a controversial school, mostly music. But there's a lot of weird things. I live down this road right here. Not too far down that way to the corner over there. There's a graduate dorm thing. I actually went to that hospital one time so I cut my knuckle. I was waiting tables over there off of Golden Triangle Mall. Well, at a Chinese place called China Jade. I cut on a ceiling fan. I call OSHA, and they were able to stitch me back up. The delivery driver drove me in. There's their new stadium called. Now there's many different pronunciations, so don't I know there's English majors watching, but Apogee is one way to say it. Apogee, Apogee. I think Apogee is a way to say it. What it means is at the climactic point. And that's what that is called right there, the Apogee Mean Green Stadium. And there's our windmills because they're real big in protecting the environment. Environmentalist hippies. Most of them are a lot of hippies, older hippies and stuff like that. But that's where I learned all this weird stuff that I do. I was not trained in radio, television, film, but my roommate was. So I was trained just to be theater arts, just acting. I did take some dance classes and stuff like that, but that was it, That's all I wanted. I just wanted that degree and then move on. It took me 3 years to get it, and it took me 3 years to get the associates at Texas Wesleyan. So I was at Texas Wesleyan first for 3 years, and I switched over to UNT for 3 years, and then graduated finally. I was released to go to wherever I was. I went to Hollywood for a little while. Then I ran off to New York for about a year, and then I didn't start the show until very late in my life. Probably my late 40s. I finally decided just to start my own show. because people can do that nowadays. Back then at UNT time, this was like 2000 or going from 1997 to 2000, you couldn't really do your own show. You could try to do an independent video movie. If you got a hold of film, you were very rich or you had lots of funding. But we couldn't really get a hold of film. Now, the radio, television, film department could. They could get a hold of the film, and you could do like a student film. And I did help with some student films where we actually used 35 millimeter. But you would have to have quite a bit of money to have your own 35 millimeter film. But you could do video. You could do video. But nowadays, you can just start a show on your phone. You just pick up your phone and go at it. Fire going on right now. You can actually see it's actually caught on fire. Officers got here on time. They're gonna have to wait for the fire department. Looks like it's a pretty bad one. Having a very serious fire. Right here. Yeah, that's gonna burn. Probably got to get the fire department out on that one. Well, I was watching A.D.W. this morning, and he got on a flight out of John Wayne, coming out of, I believe that's Orange County. I actually took that same airport whenever I flew off to the actor studio when I left Hollywood. Way out, I was just going to say, he got on the flight, everything was okay. They gave me a hamburger, or cheeseburger, I'm sorry, it was a cheeseburger. There's Carvana right there, so if you're trying to order a new car, you just get on the computer, apparently, and press a few buttons, and you just drive the car to your front door. But that's where they store a lot of the vehicles, up there in that little tower. Right there. Yeah, I gotta slow down on traffic, so we're not gonna get the angle shot that I wanted. Oh well. What do you think about that, kitty? Never fails. Let's switch over to kitty. Technical difficulties. A little closer shot of Carvana right there. They stacked the cars up in the building. Right there. Really see it, but it looks like someone went poopy on that car. Some birds got a hold of it. Look at that, you can't really see it, but I can see it. There's Carvana. That's the angle I wanted. There, cars in the sky. Just fall right down to your doorstep, and I'll mail you the keys. All right, welcome back to this segment where we display food in front of you. Don't know if you have any food with you, but you might while you're watching TV. There's a real good chance. This little segment is brought to you by Emerald jalapeno cashews. If you're gonna eat jalapeno cashews, you eat them with Emerald, or by Emerald. There we go. Now we can see it. Emerald. A minute up for there. You couldn't see see it if I went like that. Then you can see it like that. Oh, we got Dutch angle. Oh, the Dutch have been doing the Dutch angle for a long time. We're gonna do another Dutch angle right here. Real big Dutch angle. Because I'm on a roundabout right here. See the roundabout? Spun around. Well, you know, nuts are good to eat, especially while you're driving. Running basically a television show. Pretty much what this is. See if we can open with the corner. I also, when I vlog these, I also talk about the accessibility of the actual food itself. So the way they package it is important too. We're gonna, there we go. So they package it a little bit different. There's not like the little perforated section of it where they make it very easy. There we go. You can see the nuts are in my hand right there. Not bad. Pretty good. Jalapeno. Got like a little jalapeno taste. Not stingy. It's not too spicy. I'd actually get these again if I could. I'm not buying them. I don't see them anywhere. Not bad. It's not bad at all. Not the best nut that's out there. I like some of the spicy stuff a little bit more, like the hot and spicy nuts. But it's not bad. It's actually kind of tasty. You taste a little bit of the jalapeno. It's not too spicy or anything like that. But it has like a slight hint of jalapeno. But I wouldn't say that there's a lot of jalapeno on it. It mostly tastes like cashew. Turn off the copyright. There we go. Mostly tastes like cashew. So it's emerald, jalapeno, cashews. The hint of jalapeno is what I would say. It's not too spicy for it to be like completely jalapeno. But it is good though. And I didn't even know they existed until now. So I didn't even know Emerald made nuts. But they do. It's a brand called Emerald. Pretty cool. So 54A is Cesar Chavez area of the highway. I'm trying to figure out who that dude is. Cesar Chavez. Probably look it up. There's Fort Worth right there. We head back, picking up Linda. She usually gets like a free sub. So Cesar Chavez was born in 1927. He died in early 1990s. He was a big labor organizer that was influenced by the Catholic. So he worked with someone named Dolores or something like that, and big in the labor union. So big labor union guy. Cesar Chavez, that's who he was. Also pretty big Catholic. So the social aspects of Cesar Chavez was human decency, you know, just to be a decent human being and to help others. And he was influenced by what's called the social Catholic. They're kind of a group that believe in human decency. Pretty interesting. His name was Cesar Chavez. He passed away in the early 90s. He was born in 1927. Worked with a lot of different people. Started the AWOC, the A.W.C. Cesar Chavez was also part of the United Farm Workers, and there were leftist ideals and big with the Catholic. So it was pretty big political movement. So leftist politics are kind of democratic in the fact that when everyone works together, then you don't have to have authoritative rule. So it's also recognizing human decency and kind of abolishing slavery. Abolishing slavery is kind of the idea between the leftist politics, which Cesar Chavez was big with. He worked with the farm unions, so there were a lot of farmers that were in help, you know, farmers needed help at the time, and there was a lot of slave labor going on, people picking crops nearly to death and things like that. So he was for human decency and teamwork, so everyone could work together as a team, and there didn't need to be, they could eliminate the authoritative rule, you know. You could eliminate the slave owner kind of thing, you know, just by working on a team. And that's what he believed, you know, that's what the leftist politics was all about. Probably not real big with the Republicans, but probably really big with the Democrats. Some of the Republicans, sadly enough, are a little behind the times when it comes to democratic ideals, and the fact that sometimes they put the companies a little bit ahead of the people, and the Democrats will put the people ahead of the company, you know, in some cases. But the Republicans are there to thrive, to make as much money as they possibly can before they die. I kind of like this entry to Fort Worth right here. It's kind of cool. Kind of the new building that's way out there on the horizon right down this way. Kind of see this new building. It's got a very modern kind of look to it. Of course, this antique, very, very old courthouse right here. Been there for a very long time. They got old black and white photos from the 1930s of that structure, I believe. Lynn and I did a little mime by one of the horses over by the courtyard. It's a statue of a horse on a fountain. That was a place where you go to give your horse water. So we would do this like mime, acting like we were the horses going up to the fountain, drinking the water. It's in one of the vlogs. It used to be, that little section of it was in one of the intros of when we were there. It's one of the newer buildings. Got past Henderson. There's Florence. And there's Henderson. Head over West 7th.
It's like a meatball and mozzarella and mustard.
Yeah. Oh, the wife of Virginia. Never had this happen before. There's no way to pump it. So here's this little thing right here, though. Yeah, I'll let them know. Well, this one works a lot better. There she goes. Ticket. Go right. All right, looks like software engineer guy, he helped me with one of this little app thing as I was taking back from the airport. It's a pretty cool dude. Works with Walmart, helps them with their warehouse software. So he does software monitoring, really is kind of what it is, sounds like. Basically, they fix any glitches that come up. Really quick-minded. Probably talks probably a little bit faster than me, but you know, probably how maybe Zuckerberg talked back in the day. But he's only 23 and he's working for a huge company, basically Walmart. Well, he's working with Walmart, third party. All right, we just entered the colony. Population 44,534 people. There's a nice little lake there. And the colony is home of Nebraska Furniture Mart, if you're in the mood for some furniture. It's also like going to a giant mall. And there's a Ferris wheel outside for $16. You can ride around in that for a while. Smelly cat, oh smelly cat. Why do you smell you later, beautiful? Smelly cat, oh smelly cat. Why you smell you later, beautiful? Quest Diagnostics. I'm wondering if they got my urine sample from Mia. Well, that guy was drinking something that was yellow. I don't know if that was the urine sample. It's back there. He's drinking something. Supposedly the guy that created Piss Christ, that was real popular in New York, he worked for Quest Diagnostic for a little bit. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true. That joke's copyrighted. That one's mine. For all the people that were born after 2000, for the younger generation, Piss Christ was a art exhibit in New York City where the guy peed in a cup and called it the piss of Jesus Christ, and it was very controversial. And part of my joke was that the guy once worked for Quest Diagnostics. Anyway, but if you know about Piss Christ, and it was a big thing in New York, it was an art design thing. It was a failure art project the guy worked on, and it got a lot of attention in the news. They did show it at MoMA, which is a modern art museum in New York City. True story. Those people are from Saudi Arabia. They're like, why is it so hot? This is pretty much TSA right here, but it's after hours, so you'll never see it this clear. Unless you're, of course, using clear, which they'll let you through TSA without taking your shoes off and belt and everything. But anyway. Let's go. Yay, I'm finally rich. Alright, this nice person right over here. Good thing they saw me. Whew, man, that was close. I thought they were gonna stop there for a minute and they just kept on going. But yeah, it's a pedestrian walk, who cares? Just haul butt through there. That place is crazy. the airport. Usually it's like $3. A lot of times I see $3. Sometimes I see it a little bit lower. I've only been here for under 30 minutes, so I don't know if you get out within the first 30 minutes if it's a little bit lower. But we'll find out here in just a minute. I think the first 30 minutes, I know it's $2 to pass through it, but I know I've been seeing $3 quite a bit, and they don't give you like a little ticket, they just show it on the screen. And what you do is you take your little license thing right here. Or it's your, I guess, your ticket, I guess is what I would say. I know I can't say. It's done that a lot too. It was a little more than 30 minutes. I don't know. I thought it was 30 minutes. There she goes. Here we go. Wee! Wee on America. Wee, wee, wee. I was joking. I don't know what that meant. I was just... American flags. So, they're like other states, right? Well, you don't love it, leave it. Texas, they're like, who cares? Texas is mostly it's like its own country kind of thing. People don't realize that, but it kind of is. It's like a private club. Tomorrow is cleaning, and we'll be going to Granbury, which is about 30 miles from my location, or in that ballpark figure. This is the gates of Fort Worth right here. Just entered.
Interested and active and busy, collecting and preserving and using in his music English folk songs. No better example than the English Folk Song Suite. Here's the opening march, 17 Come Sunday.
Wrong way. Yeah, there's no U-turn over there, so that's where it ended up taking me. Bobwire City. Yeah, well, probably get out of this. Here we go. outside. Oh well. Here we go, kitty. Hi, kitty.
I missed you.
Did a little poopy. Ooh, a ghost has been in here. Huh. A ghost named Kitty. And if we have time later tonight, we'll look at a little John 4 Wick, which is looks pretty good. He does some kind of action in a car, some kind of car fu, what they call it. Fighting in a car, you are using a car like kung fu. There's also gun fu, but also car fu. Looks pretty cool.